I'm one of those people that's always looking for new sounds and new plugins to play with when I'm writing my tracks, and I found one recently that has just some amazing presets and sounds for writing melodies and adding unique textures to your tracks. And I wanted to just have a look at this plugin, take you through how I've used this in a recent beat that I made. So let's jump into FL Studio and get to it. So here we are in FL Studio, and I'm just going to give you a quick preview of this track. Now I'll talk about what the plugin is, we'll go through a couple of the presets, and then I'll break down how I wrote the track. And we'll kind of do all of that at the same time. So this is a little preview of how the track sounds. Super warm, super lovely. It's got a kind of sleepy vibe, but it's not overwhelmingly sleepy. Now let's take a look at what this plugin actually is. And this plugin is the Black Keys 3. This is the light version, so it's completely free to download by LFO Audio. I'll pop a link in the description if you want to go and download it. The light version is completely free and comes with some really great presets. And just having a look at this plugin here, it's got a really clean interface, super nice to look at and really simple to work with. If you're not someone who's really into sound design, everything's labeled, it's really nice and easy to use. On the free version, you have a couple of different categories, and inside each category, you have different presets. So the presets that I've used in this track are the evolving synth, and then I've also used the vibraphone bell sound, and I just think they're both really lovely. But before we get into the track, let's have a look at some of the other sounds that they have. And I just want to say really quickly, this is not a sponsored video in any way. I just want to give a shout out to my friend Ijo. You might know him on YouTube as Astral Music and Tutorials, for putting me onto this plugin. I saw it in a recent video of his and I just had to download it and give it a spin myself. Yeah, it's super fun. Not sponsored in any way. LFO Audio, if you want to sponsor a video, hit me up. I just really love the plugin and wanted to kind of take a look and make a beat with it. Okay, so we're not going to go into the bass sounds. There is 4 bass sounds on the free light version of this, but I'm not going to go into those. There's a bell magic sound that is super lovely. Really nice, and you can make some nice kind of lo-fi melodies with this. A little bit of tweaking, maybe cut some of those highs. Really nice sound. This is the sound that I actually used originally, and then I switched it to the vibraphone. I'm just going to open up my pattern here for the vibraphone and take a listen to how this sounds. Super warm and super lovely. I've doubled up on the octave there and just kept a really simple melody pattern. For the processing on that sound, I just got a simple low pass filter on, and then I put a ping pong delay, kind of subtle, but definitely there. Without those effects on, the sound is a little bit too harsh for my liking. And then cut those highs and add the delay. Such a lovely warm sound, perfect for lo-fi or ambient melodies. Some of the other sounds that we've got here, we've got a flute sound, really warm and luscious. I imagine you could make like some really nice kind of sweeping background flute sounds. Use it as sort of like an ambience or just a texture in the background of your track. They got some really lovely keys here. Got a kind of spooky, dark, ambient vibe to it. What's really nice about the plugin is that you can switch off the effects. You can use this wheel in the middle here to change the filter. So it's super easy to use. You can use these levels in the middle here to just tweak the ADSR. Super nice interface. And then finally, we've got another piano here. Kind of a electric piano sound there. And then we get to the pads, and they got some really lovely pads. There's one that I have used in this track. Quite large atmospheric sound there. and that one is super massive and lovely. The reverb just kind of washes over you with that one. In this track, however, I've used the evolving synth preset. Again, I've done a little bit of fine tuning on the sound, but if we take the effects off, it's got this kind of almost eerie vocal sound to it. I just added an EQ just to give it even more of kind of a subtlety to the sound. So that's a quick overview of the plugin. Let's jump into how I actually built this track now. So as always, I started with a piano chord progression, and this is just a downwards progression going from a D suspended chord to a B to a final G chord. And this is using the Spitfire Originals Cinematic Soft Piano, which is just my favorite piano plugin at the moment. Kind of moody, kind of dark. I then added a drone sound, so this is the Labs Azure piano, and I just take the dynamics down to like 0 or like 2-3%, barely anything, and it gives you this super warm drone sound. And then those together. To build up the intro, I added in my Black Keys vibraphone sound. Right from the start of the track, you get this melody that's just hitting you. And then I added another piano, just playing a really simple 1-2 pattern with that D and that A. And that's quite subtle in the mix, just in the higher frequencies of the headphones there. For the second half of the intro, I introduced the Black Keys synth sound that I used. To create the kind of hook of the track, I brought in a bass just following the root notes of the chords, kick, 2 snares and a hi-hat. So here's how our drums are sounding. And this is how everything sounds together. And from there, I actually really liked the way this was sounding, and I thought, why not try and add a little bit of guitar to add some more textures. I recorded a couple of different guitar parts that just help to uplift the rest of the track. So we've got a really simple guitar arp here. And then another one. And then if we listen to those in the context of the whole track. Then you can see here that I had a go at recording guitar top line to keep things moving. Bear in mind that I recorded this morning or when I woke up. It's kind of a first pass. I'm not sure if this will stay, but it sounds pretty cool for now. So let's take a listen to how that sounds. This is everything all together. Then I kind of just broke the track down and let it kind of play out. It's like a mini sort of outro. Track at the moment is only like a minute 20 long, but it's sounding super nice so far. So yeah, there you go. I just wanted to do a quick little kind of review or show you guys this awesome new free plugin that is absolutely worth downloading. It's got some of the cleanest sounds for lo-fi melodies. I really love this vibraphone sound, and I'm going to be using that synth in my tracks going forward. There is a full version of the plugin which is paid. I have no idea what else they've got on there, but I'm definitely going to look into it after this. I think this came together pretty nicely. Yeah, a bit of a different video for me, this one. I don't usually do kind of plugin related stuff, but I hope you've liked it. And if you want to download the plugin, I'll put a link in the description below. Go and check it out, and LFO Audio have a ton of other really cool stuff. I'd also just like to do a quick little shout out. Last week I dropped a completely independent track called See You Again. Pop the artwork up here and I'll give you a little preview of the track now. I'm super happy with how the track came out, and if you like the sound of that, head over to Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere else, and give the track a spin. Like I say, this completely independent release, so every stream helps out, and let's see if we can get this song up to 1,000 streams within a week. But yeah, I think that's everything from me. See you next week.